All right, my brethren and sistren, we are back for another episode, and we're continuing our conversation with Trenton. And if you will remember, Trenton is an atheist. His mother was a Mormon, father was a Catholic, and growing up, he never really felt drawn or a pull from God, and eventually was convinced that there is no God. So we're going to continue that conversation with him. He's been a gentleman so far. Let's see how today's conversation goes. And before we get into it, let me go ahead and challenge you guys to hit that like button. All you have to do is just take that little bitty mouse, click that like button. Should be good to go after that. Also, if you have some comment or anything, put it in the comments, and make sure that you guys are following the channel so that you guys can see any of the new episodes that come out. That being said, I'm going to do something a little bit differently. I'm going to watch it along with you, and we'll kind of see how that goes. All right, let's get into it. Hey, why do you think that? Why do you don't think that you're a good person?
Because I do what I want, even if it's not in the best interest of others.
Got you. So you think putting others first is a common value that we should
I feel
all
like
have?
selflessness is something that I would say is like a good quality, but being selfish is not.
Okay, I'm gonna come at that point, that question. Listen, I don't want to hear anybody talk about why I'm talking while the microphone is away from my face. Okay, I'm still a newbie. Let it go. From like an evolutionary kind of, because I'm assuming you're an atheist. You believe in evolution. You believe in kind of what is it? The fittest. What is it? Survival of the fittest. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So somebody would say survival of the fittest would mean you putting yourself first, not others. So how would you harmonize that idea where you're saying it's better for us to put others first, but evolutionary theory might say, hey, no, that's actually not the most fit thing for you to be doing?
So let me try and repeat your question to you. So evolutionarily speaking, why should I be putting myself first when I think that it's a better quality for other people to be more selfless? Is that what you're asking, or could you reword it to me?
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do it in steps. You would agree evolutionary theory would say survival of the fittest.
Yes.
Is a theory that that
Darwinism stuff.
So survival of the fittest would mean these creatures are putting themselves first.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. And if a creature puts itself first, that's the fittest thing it could be doing. You're saying for you, the better standard would be for us to put others first. So how do you harmonize?
Actually, no.
Okay, go ahead.
There is a school of philosophy where everyone puts themselves first, and then we would have an ideal society, because then I wouldn't have to take care of you, you wouldn't have to take care of me, and
in a perfect scenario
we have the same goals, because if I want to take care of myself, I'm not going to bother you, and if you want to take care of yourself, you're not going to bother me. So it leaves everyone better off, but also if I'm only looking out for myself, then I don't care about you, then I cheat, steal, kill, whatever. But morally, I would say, be a good person, still put yourself first. Actually, a cool diagram that I like to pull from is back in the 1950s, they had people rank what is the most important things in their life, and they ranked it God, country, family, self. You want to know where it is now? Completely flipped.
Right.
Self, family, country, God.
Yeah.
So I see a changing trend in people starting to be more selfish and care about themselves and move away from religion.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this is more people getting woke, or honestly, I feel like I grew up to the age of reason, and that's why I'm not religious anymore.
Gotcha. So as an atheist, would you say you don't believe that there is any God?
I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm not agnostic. But
you're not agnostic. You are atheist.
I am atheist.
What would be the difference in those
agnostic is just like you don't know, so you accept. Like there could be.
Right. You're open. You're open. Right?
You're like Schrodinger's cat.
Right.
Whereas
maybe it's there, maybe it's not.
Atheists are just like no.
And you're in the no category.
I'm in the no. There is no afterlife. There is no God. There are no gods.
Right.
Plural.
Yeah. There's no supernatural realm of the universe. There's nothing. Oh.
Well, there's a common trend throughout history and religion. There is evil. There are demons, and there is a devil. But I don't think there's a God.
Now that is an interesting take. I've never heard it that way. So you don't believe that there's a good spiritual
I don't think there's a good in this world, but there's
there is
definitely an evil. I'm not sure if there's an actual being of evil, but there is evil in this world.
Interesting.
So like you
and
see
you think that it's spiritual?
Well, think about Greeks. Who'd they have? Hades?
Yeah. God of the underworld or whatever. Yeah.
You have Satan, Lucifer.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about like other religions, but there's usually good and evil, and the evil is usually like, So that's actually something one of my old coworkers told me, because he was Satanist.
Gotcha.
And so he's just like, this is why I believe, which I thought was a cool thought, but I guess I would like to retract what I said.
Okay.
I don't really think there is any supernatural. I think
Evil? You don't think there's any supernatural evil? There's no supernatural whatsoever.
I think what we experience in life is a series of colors and vibrations, and it is our job to interpret it. And and you can be tricked. So you ever sleep?
Yeah.
You ever have dreams?
Yeah.
Is that reality?
No.
Can you trust your senses then? Because if you can't trust your senses in that time to tell you what reality is, how do you know you're in reality right now? But this is reality. We can both agree. And we hope.
I could be plugged into the Matrix right now. Right.
But I think it's a shared human experience, is that what we go through, and that's what we can agree on. So like, that's green, my shirt's black,
right?
You're holding the microphone.
Yep.
So we're sharing these experiences, and that's what objective reality is. And you can be fooled. Like, there's people who have schizophrenia, and they're detached from reality. And I'm also clinically depressed, so sometimes I'm detached from reality,
right?
Because it sometimes doesn't click. And I've had what sleep paralysis is?
Yeah. Well, I think I do. Yeah.
When your body wakes up, or when your mind wakes up, but your body doesn't.
Yes.
And you're more likely to hallucinate then.
Yeah.
And I actually had hallucinations as a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like your body.
And it's always ominous.
Yeah.
It's always scary. It's never like, hey, there's something nice, warm and fuzzy in here.
Oh, look, is that Tinkerbell?
Right. Yeah. It's never that. It's always like, oh.
No, it was literally, the Ring. Like the one girl wearing like the white dress.
Movie
it
I
was
ever
my
screamed
little
at.
sister, like wearing like that little white dress at the edge of my bed, and
creepy.
Yeah, it was Halloween. Halloween
Perfect
night.
timing.
Right. So that was cool, but I've learned to not trust myself, and you need to take a step and think before you determine what is real and what isn't. Because, like I said, not all reality we can all agree upon.
Right.
So, and I guess that's why we're talking right now. Is you want to see what my stance on reality and the world and religion.
Yeah.
So
to that, what argument would you give to a Christian to say, hey, this is how you know there is no God? Because it's a strong stance, right? Obviously, the agnostic stance is softer. I'm not sure I'm open.
I know how to absolutely destroy a Mormon, because
okay.
Because for them, they believe in this guy named Joseph Smith, who was a well-known con artist back in the day.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book that he found in his backyard. Like, it was just a book with golden pages, and he wrote it. And he gave it to his friends. He's just like, look at what God showed me.
Yeah.
And his friend's wife hid the book, and it's just like, all right, if God told you, write it again. There were revisions. God made a mistake. The whole book was different this time.
Yeah.
So
New revelation.
that
They might argue.
plus he showed himself to Joseph Smith, which in the Old Testament he showed himself as a burning bush because mortal men aren't
Yeah, they can't look upon him.
capable of seeing God.
Yeah.
So for Mormons, I can say that. For Christians, I mean, it's proven that Jesus was real. They have found the Noah's Ark. There's a bunch of like religious stuff that I've found, but I guess the only thing that I can say is if your God is real, why doesn't he have integrity?
Whoa, we got Trenton coming in with the hot take. Why is your God so unjust? We're going to stop the video right here, and we're going to pick it up next week. I know it's been months, so forgive me. But we're going to pick it up next week, and we're going to continue in this conversation with Trenton to see where the conversation goes from here. I hope you guys are getting blessed by these videos. Seriously, anyone can go out and have a conversation with anyone out there. Obviously, if they want to have a conversation, we're not trying to force anybody into doing something they don't want to do. But as you can see, if someone is open to having a conversation, it is definitely something that you are able to do and not seem like a jerk or not be obnoxious about it. You can draw out what they believe, and then many people will then invite you to share what you believe, and then you can share the story of the gospel of who Jesus was and what he's done for us. And plant those seeds for people. So with that being said, we'll end the video there, and hopefully you guys will be back next week. Make sure that you guys have created a YouTube account so that you can hit the like button and the subscribe button and everything. It takes like, I don't know, 5-10 seconds or whatever. I'm sure that was an exaggeration, but it's super easy. Get it done so you guys can know when these videos come out again. All right. God bless my brethren and sistren, and don't forget to walk worthy.